we've looked at simplifying ratios. Remember what is simplifying ratios similar to, Georgie? Fractions. Good. So we're seeing what number goes into both of those two and simplifying them. So remember, your calculator can actually help you. You can put them in, unless there's 3 numbers of course, in which case you have to do it on your own. In some questions, you'll be given 2 of the variables and told the ratio of them. You'll then be given a new amount for one of them and asked to find the other. So here we go. To make a cake, sugar and flour are mixed in the ratio of 1 to 3. If you have 1,200 grams of flour, how much sugar do you need? So what they've done is they've told us about the ratio of sugar to flour. So remember, each question, you should start off by identifying your ratio. So we've got sugar to flour. Sugar was 1 and flour was 3. Yes? They've told me then that there is 1,200 grams of flour. So which side am I going to write 1,200 grams on? And the flour side, yes? So I'm going to change this from being 3 to being 1,200 grams. Okay? They want to know how much sugar we need. So remember, things have to stay in the same ratio. So with ratios, we are only ever multiplying or dividing. So what we have to do is we have to say, what do we have to do to start with a 3 to end up with a 1,200? What can we put in our calculators to help decide what we're going to do? Well, we know it's got bigger, don't we? So we know we're going to be multiplying. So how do we work out what we multiply by, Sarah?
Do 1,200 divided by 3.
Good. So in our calc, in our calc, we're going to do 1,200 divided by 3, and we should have got 400. So that means that I've multiplied this number by 400. You all happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what do you think we're going to have to do for the sugar amount? Multiply by 400. So we have to do the same. So 1 multiplied by 400 is nice and easy, yes? 400. And we're just going to add the grams on because we know that's the units that the other things in. So our answer is sugar is 400 grams.
You need to write it like that. Sugar 400.
No, you just need to identify the 400 grams. Okay. Alright, so as I said at the bottom there, it says remember that what you do to one part of the ratio, you must do the same to the other. So if you multiply one side by 400, you must do the other. You will always be either multiplying or dividing. Okay, this is the last thing that we're going to do, dividing into ratios. And these are very common types of questions. So, you may be asked to divide amounts up into given ratios. Doris and Betty buy a raffle ticket and they win the top prize $1,000. The ticket had cost $2, but Doris had only 50 cents to buy the ticket, and so Betty had paid the rest. What portion of the prize money should Doris receive? So we have to think about this carefully. First of all, did they pay equal amounts towards the ticket?
No.
No. So they're not going to just split it in half, because that would be unfair, yes?
Mm-hmm.
It's also probably very unfair for Betty to just get $1.50 back. Agreed? Because that's how much she paid towards it. That's not fair either. So what we have to do is we have to say, okay, well, what ratio did they pay their money for the ticket? So we first of all have to decide how much did Doris pay? How much money did Doris pay? 50 cents. So I'm going to do these in cents. How many cents did Betty pay the ticket? So the ticket cost $2. Doris has paid 50 cents. How many cents did Betty pay? The ticket cost $2. So 50 cents has been. So what's the remainder part taking us up to $2? How many cents would take us to $1? She's paid 50 cents. How many cents takes us to $1? 50, yeah? And then, but it's $2. She paid how much? So it costs $2, and 50 cents has already been paid. What's left? How much is left? You can tell me in dollars if you want. $1.50, yeah, $1.50. Now, how would we write that in just cents? $1.50. How many cents in total? How many cents from $1? The word cents should help you. Cents. How many cents are there in $1? Not sure? No? Anyone have that? No? It's 100 cents in $1. Okay? So if we put $1.50, there's 150 cents. Remember that? Yes? Okay. So we've got Doris and Betty paid 50 cents and Betty paid 150 cents. Well, they're big numbers, so let's try and simplify that into our smallest possible. So we need to try and make these as small as possible. Let's use our calculator. See how our calculators can help us do that. So remember, we're going to put it as in a fraction. So 50 and 150. So it simplifies to be 1/3. So that's going to be 1.3. Okay? So we've simplified our ratio to be 1:3. All right. Now, there are actually two different methods for this. Okay, so remember it's very similar to the FOIL situation.
Doris got 1 and Betty got 3.
Yes. So it's similar to the FOIL situation. I'm going to tell you both of them. Perhaps listen while I explain, and then you can copy down either both or just the one that you prefer. Okay? So just listen to start with. So, method 1. We know it's Doris is 1, Betty is 3. Yes? That's going to be the same for both. Well, how many parts are there in total here? If Doris has got 1 part and Betty's got 3 parts, there are 4 parts in total. Yes? You'll see that? Pretty easy? Yes? 1 part and 3 parts makes 4 parts. So, we are trying to split or share $1,000 into 4 parts. Now, if we're splitting or sharing something into 4, what does that mean we're going to do to our number? Sarah?
Well, I know that when you have 100, you do 25, 50, 75, and then 100, and that's 4. So you have to do the same with 1,000. So it would be 250, 500, 750, 1,000.
Good. So tell me mathematically, what are you doing to the number 100 if you're splitting it into 4? What maths?
You're dividing it?
We're dividing it, yes. So we're doing 1,000 divided by 4, yes? So 1,000 divided by 4 would, as Sarah said, the 1 part is 250. Okay? So that's for 1 part. 1 part is worth $250. Then all we have to do is go back to see how many parts they each had. So Doris has 1 lot of 250, and Betty gets 3 lots of 250. So So Doris has just $250. I say just, we find $250 himself. And Betty, lucky lady, $770. Not bad for putting in $1.50, is it?
She should have got her dollar now. I would have just split it.
So, how can we check to see if what we've written makes sense? Who can suggest something we might be able to do? Jay?
You could do 250 plus 750.
And what should that equal?
1,000.
Should equal 1,000. Yeah, so if you're splitting $1,000, then our two numbers that we get should add up to $1,000. Okay, so just that's your final check. Is that a question, Lucia? Either way, sweetheart, you're adding them, aren't you? Yes. So you're just double checking that those two do add up to give 1,000. Okay? Right, so that's one method. So we find the value of one part. Okay? Now, the other method's very similar. Sometimes people think it's quicker, but I think sometimes it gets a bit confusing, but it's totally up to you. Same principle. 1 part Doris, 3 parts Betty. How many parts are there? 4. Okay? That means that Doris gets 1/4 of the money, and Betty gets 3/4 of the money. Yes? So Doris is going to get 1/4 of 1,000, and Betty gets 3/4 of 1,000. Remember, when we're finding fractions of amounts, we would take our fraction and we multiply by the amount. 1 second, sweetheart. So we're going to type that in our calculators. So 1/4 multiplied by 1,000 gives us 250. And we know what this one's going to be. And again, you can do that final check. Okay? So there's our two methods. You can write both of them or one of them. It's up to you.